electrical and electronics measurement. Okay, so my subject code is 18EE36 that I'll be taking, electrical and electronic measurement. So in this subject, we will study about the different methods of measurement of different circuit elements. I hope you all have gone through the circuit elements in basic electrical engineering. So there you must be knowing about the elements, which are the sources and which are the active and passive, both active and passive elements. So we will be studying here how to measure those elements, and at the same time each module wise we will proceed. So first let me check out with the attendance of yours. 24 people. I'll be calling one by one the names. You can just ping in the chat box that you are present as a with your ID USN, you can say. So first, or else better, roll number wise I'll call. You can just turn on your audio only, that will do, and say present ma'am. Okay, so the first is roll number 1,
Present,
Abhay
ma'am.
Joshi.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, roll number 2.
Present, ma'am. Adarsh.
Okay, roll number 3,
Present, ma'am.
Ankita. Yes. Roll number 4.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, roll number 5. Roll number 5. Okay, roll number 5 not present. Roll number 6.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 7.
Present, madam.
Roll number 8.
Present, ma'am.
9.
Present, ma'am.
10. Roll number 11.
Present, ma'am.
Roll number 12. Roll number 13.
Present, ma'am.
Roll 14. Roll 15.
Present, ma'am.
Okay, so some people it is seen they are they left the group. So if any connect due to any connection problem you leave, you can again join, because yes, you have joined again, fine. So 11 is present. Roll number 11.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Yes. 12. Roll number
Ma'am,
12.
roll number 5 present, ma'am.
5 present. Okay.
Ma'am, roll number
Roll
5.
number 12.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, roll number 5 present. Na? Okay, it's okay. I noted. Roll number 12. 12. 13.
Present, ma'am.
14. 15. 16.
Present, ma'am.
14 present. Okay. 17. 18. 19. 20.
Yes, ma'am. Present.
Yes, I'm getting your messages. Present. Roll number 5 present. 9 present. Okay. 18. 19. 20.
Present, ma'am.
Fine. Yes. 21.
Present, ma'am.
22. 23.
Present, ma'am.
24.
Present, ma'am.
25. 26. 27. 28. Okay. 29. 29. 30. 31.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. 32.
Yes, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
33, 32 is present, okay. Vivek, 33, 31, 32 present, 33, no, 34, 35, 36, 37. I think it's over. Up to 36, 35 it was. Okay, so I'll be starting this class now. Your introductory class this is. So let me first start with what the subject actually is and how we will start and deal with the subject. So first, let me start sharing my presentation and just ping me whether you can see it or not, okay? I think you all can hear me now. Can you hear me? Just ping. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, those who are coming late, drop the message of your roll number in the box so that I can understand. Two of them left the group, then again joined. You can drop your names when you are joining. Okay. Okay, fine. So this is the subject which I am starting today. It's called Electrical and Electronics Measurement 18EE36. I'm repeating this once again because some of you have joined off late. So this subject is about measuring the different electrical quantities, electrical and electronic quantities. Now, what are the quantities that you have already known and already measured with in the basic electrical lab? I think you have done voltmeters, which measure the voltage, ammeters, which measure the current, and wattmeters, which measure power. These three you have done. Now, here in this, we will study about various other parameters as well. We will study how to measure resistance, how to measure inductance, capacitance, power, energy, various other different kinds of parameters. Now, starting with this subject, what we do in general or the measuring instruments, how they operate, they have various operating principles, out of which the two main necessary things that we must need to follow, or the two basic requirements for the true results, is that the standard used for comparison must be accurately defined and commonly acceptable as well. And the apparatus used and the method adopted must be provable as well. So measurement is basically the measurement of a given quantity is essentially an act or the result of comparison between the quantity of unknown magnitude and the predefined standard. Since two quantities are compared, the result is expressed in numerical values. Okay. So, starting with this is just the definition part. What we will have to study, we will move on to that next. These are the modules or topics that we need to cover in this subject. This is just a preliminary basic of the brief introduction, you can say, of the different modules. We will be in the first module, there is the study of measurement of resistance and inductance capacitance. So this will be our first module. After that, in module 2 is about power, energy, power factor, and frequency. In the third module, it is the instrument ranges, magnetic measurements that we will study. So this mainly includes transformers, instrument transformers. I think you have already have a basic idea about what transformers are. So here, this is a special category of instrument called instrument transformers, which are the current and potential transformers. This will be studied in this third one, module 3, which is said as the extension of instrument ranges. Next, in module 4 is the electronic and digital instruments. Electronic and digital instruments, analog and digital different forms we will study there. And in the fifth and the last module is display and recording devices. So this will be our general module divisions. Next is we will start with the measurement of resistance. Now, measurement of resistance, we will start by dividing resistance into three main types. Means we will categorize the resistances into low resistance, medium resistance, and high resistance. And according to their ranges, low, medium, yeah, high, any of this, according to that we will measure the different using different methods. For low resistance a different method, for medium resistance there are different methods, and for high also there are totally different methods, because we can't apply the same methods because of simple things like contact resistances may come that influence the other resistances. That is very important, that we should be careful about the ranges of measuring the resistances. So first we will start with the low resistance method. Suppose till now, what do you know? See, resistance simple is actually given by voltage and current relation. Okay, V equals to IR, and at the same time R is equals to V by I. This you know already, and you have done in basic lab also. With using voltmeter you can measure voltage, using ammeter you can measure the current, and then by using those two values only we can calculate the value of R, which is resistance. So apart from that, why are not we are applying the simple V and R, V and I relation, and we are calculating resistance instead of doing all these things? Because there is something very important in measurement called error. And how this error occur, mainly measurements done in laboratory or some other places always involve errors. No measurement is free from errors. Okay, if the precision of the equipment is adequate, now then no matter how what accuracy it is, there will be a discrepancy always that will be observed between the measured results. Since errors are a must in any measurement, it is imperative to interpret the results in a quantitative measurement and intelligent manner. Okay, so that is why we use different methods, because in different methods the error levels are different, and that will help us in assessing the different kinds of ranges of resistance, inductance, or capacitance. So the first thing that in the resistance we will have is the methods of measurement of low resistance is the ammeter voltmeter method. This I am demonstrating mainly because for the ammeter voltmeter method, this will be easier for you to understand. You see, for the ammeter and voltmeter, you are already you know about how we can measure the current in ammeter, how we can measure voltage in voltmeter. So that is already a known factor to you. So that is why I am explaining this, because this will be easier as like a beginning phase. For a beginning phase, ammeter voltmeter method will be easier for you. So moving on to the first method of the first type, which is measurement of low resistance ammeter voltmeter method. So this is just a brief idea I'm giving. This is usually taken in laboratory measurements, which you are already familiar with in basic lab. So voltmeter measures the true value of voltage, ammeter reads the sum of currents through the resistance and voltmeter. So this method simply uses Ohm's law, R equals to V by I. So this can be of two types, means the circuit can be drawn. Just look at this circuit. This is the first type where we are using this method or this circuit where the resistance is there, which is R. Okay, along with that, in parallel, there is a voltmeter connected, and in series with the resistance, ammeter is connected. Now, hopefully, all of you know that ammeters are connected in series and voltmeters are connected in parallel. Okay, so there is this given resistance whose value we require to know. Okay, so across that we connect in parallel a voltmeter, and in series with that we connect an ammeter. So ammeter and voltmeters are there. Along with that, the power supply, the battery or the supply, which is positive and negative marked there. And along with that, there is a voltmeter resistance, okay, which is RV, marked as RV. So in this circuit, the current is measured by the division. Okay, the current measured by the ammeter means A, the current that ammeter A is measuring is actually getting divided between R and V, between the resistance and the voltmeter. Okay, so that current which is dividing into resistance and voltmeter is getting inside the RV. Okay, right. Any questions? You can just talk to me. You can just put a message in case you have any problem in understanding this. Okay. So, yes, what I was telling, that this has to be taken care that the voltmeter resistance RV is much greater than the normal resistance whose value we are measuring. Okay, so for a more accurate measurement, the resistance of the voltmeter must be taken into account. So we should take RV in consideration. The current that is drawn by the voltmeter is IV, means the voltmeter draws the current IV. So that is equals to V, which is the supply, divided by RV. Okay. Uh, Voltmeters V divided by RV, and the total current measured by the ammeter is I equals to IR plus IV. Now the true current through the resistances IR equals to just we are changing the position of I's. So IR equals to I minus IV, and then from Ohm's law we get the resistance. Okay, so this method is one of a kind where the voltmeter is connected and the ammeter is connected in series with it. Okay, means voltmeter connected in parallel across the resistance, and in series with the resistance there is ammeter. Now the next, just see the difference here. The voltmeter is connected along taking into consideration that ammeter is also included here. Okay, so this and this, there is the difference in circuit. Just note the difference. See, here ammeter was apart from the resistance, was not inside the shunt loop with the voltmeter V. And here it is inside. Okay, see. Just note the two figure differences. This one and this one. See. Sorry, not this one, not just ammeter voltmeter method I am telling. This figure and this figure. The only difference is the position of the ammeter, which was outside earlier, and now it is inside the voltmeter loop. So, in the previous case, when it was outside, we took it as a separate one. Okay, and when it is inside, means the voltmeter is in shunt with the series connection of ammeter and resistance, then in this case, it is slightly different. Okay, in this case, the ammeter measures the current through the resistance alone, but the voltmeter measures the voltage drop across both the resistance and the ammeter. Now, since the ammeter is a low resistance instrument, then the voltage drop across the ammeter VA is equals to IRA. Okay, this is small compared to that of R. Then, if considering RA is less than R, where RA is the resistance of the ammeter, then if the resistance of the ammeter is taken into account, then VR plus VA equals to IR plus IRA equals to I multiplied by, just we are just, it's a simple mathematics. Earlier there was no ammeter resistance taken into account, now it's ammeter resistance taken into account. So just IR, normal IR plus IRA means the voltage drop in the taking into account the ammeter's voltage drop. So IRA plus IR. Now just we are taking common I, and R plus RA is in this side. So that will give this resistance, the value. Just carefully you can see the calculation. It is very simple, simple mathematics. You can take your time. I am not moving fast. Just tell me in any case you don't understand. Surely you can message. Earlier, this was the thing. And now, since ammeter is taking into consideration inside, we are just taking the ammeter's IRA part. Earlier, it was simple IR. Okay. And now, this is simple this. Fine. So, just take your own time to understand this. No issues. I will be giving everything, text and PDF notes and everything in scanned, or everything that I have done in WhatsApp groups. So no need to worry. This is just the primary introductory class. So I am also taking it easy, and take your own time. Just go through the methods of measurement of resistance, different kinds of resistance, as I told you. Today only I discussed about the ammeter voltmeter method. Now the next thing that will come eventually for the measurement of low resistance is Kelvin's double bridge method. Now, before that, Kelvin's double bridge method, it will be better if you go through the bridge methods, which is Wheatstone bridge. I think you have studied about Wheatstone bridge. If not, I will just explain in brief about Wheatstone bridge, or what it is actually. This resistances can be measured better if we have this bridge system playing into account. Now see, what we saw in ammeter voltmeter method, the main problem is the errors that is occurring due to the resistance of ammeters and voltmeters itself, right? So when we are taking into account here the resistance of this voltmeter was creating a problem. Okay, next here the resistance of the ammeter was creating a problem, right? So this is the problem that is included whenever we are uh, trying to measure the resistance, but we are not being able to measure it properly, the accurate value, because of this problem, because of the different resistances of the voltmeter ammeter itself. If we cannot measure the original resistance, and the other resistance of the ammeter itself or voltmeter itself is coming into picture, then how can we measure the actual resistance of the required resistance that we need to measure? So we don't want that into play, that other resistance will affect the main resistance that we want to measure. So for that matter, we move on to the different other methods. See, these are the different other methods. So for that, we move on to the bridges, or the different bridge method, where there is slightly better on the account of error, and also the deflections also we get properly. So we will move on to first. I will just briefly explain you the Wheatstone bridge. So till now, I think for this first class, this will be a bit complicated for you. Take your time, go through it, okay? And I'll be giving for now this class, let it be. In the next class, this Kelvin double bridge we will do. Then comes our different methods. So let it be today for now, this much only. And your attendance will be taken. If anyone missed anything, this recording will be there in the group itself. I'll be providing this. Just go through the syllabus, see whatever the things that each and every subject actually deals with. Means, suppose this subject deals with electrical and electronic measurements. So you will get to know that what actually this subject will be dealing with. Okay, like in case of analog, it will be analog instruments, electronics part entirely, semiconductors and all. So, and this part or this subject will be regarding electrical quantities and their measurement. So, electrical quantities, namely, as I told you, not voltage and current. Voltage and current you have already done earlier. This will be about the resistances, inductances, capacitances, about power, energy, power factor, about the instrument transformers, digital instruments. There is also magnetic instruments. So these kind of measurements this chapter deals with. So this, up to this, I'll be just releasing you all. And any questions, any queries, please feel free to contact. You can also put your any questions in the chat box. For now, it's over. I'll be seeing your attendance, whoever joined earlier or later. If your attendance is anyone is getting, I'm getting completely finding nowhere, so that will be considered absent. And okay, yes. Any questions? Anyone? Anyone having any question? I'm getting only roll numbers. If you have any questions, please tell. Okay. Since this is the first class, I won't be telling you anything regarding if you don't have any questions, because I'm not proceeding very fast. Now coming to the main thing that you need to know, your textbook will be Electrical and Electronic Measurements and Instrumentation by A.K. Shawnee. This is the primary textbook that is also in your syllabus. You can see that. Go through the syllabus, go through everything, the curriculum. I will suggest that because that will be easier for you as well. So, electrical and electronic measurements by Shawnee. I'll just try to make you see the book how it looks. Just wait. Okay. So this, I think you can see me now because I have stopped presenting. This will be your book, Electrical and Electronic Measurement by and Instrumentation by A.K. Shawnee. It is Ganpat Rai Company publication. So this is a very necessary book for you, and go through it. At least have it on your shelf. So this is a quite a bit. It may appear a fat book, but it is subject is very easy and interesting and very scoring as well for you. If you are lagging behind in any other subject, this will make you lead in score wise. It is good scoring. So from the Saturday itself, thank you everyone. I'll be leaving this class now. of this lecture. Thank you.